Scott Golden, Golden Opportunities Coaching, and the @PO Perception Twitter account here. And today we're going to talk about expecting progress from yourself. And so if you're new here, subscribe, comment, rate the channel, share it with your friends, family, and whomever on social media. But we're going to talk about expecting progress from yourself. Progress is a really powerful and useful thing because it requires us to show up and to continue to grind through when we may not feel like doing it, when it's uncomfortable, when it's unpleasant, when it's uncertain, when you don't think you have anything left. Now, why would you do that? And that is because you know that the dreams living inside of you are bigger than anything you could ever imagine. That is, the dreams living inside of you are bigger than the obstacles in front of you. So often, when I work with clients, what I hear them say is, it's just too hard, it's just too difficult, this doesn't work for me, this is taking too long, or some other variant of reason that things can't happen. But you must expect progress from yourself. Now, progress can be large, medium, or small. Progress can be one step at a time or one leap at a time. Focus just on the act of progress, the ability to get forward, the ability to be forward, the ability to know that no matter what you're doing, it is leading you towards where you want to be. Study, learn, grow, develop, keep going, keep growing every single day. Do not expect that your dreams will come together just by some matter of happenstance, but journal that which you are progressing towards. Journal because you can chart the progress that you are trying to create, but also because you have the ability to give yourself feedback and to accept feedback from others that may help you improve. Notice I did not say accept criticism. Learn from your critics, but never accept what they say as gospel, because the people who are critical of you may not have the drive, determination, desire, or anything in a level at which you want to accomplish. Realize that progress is also giving yourself the ability to forgive yourself for the past if you have done things that are out of alignment with what you normally would have done. Most often what happens is people who don't forgive themselves relive their own misery in a manner that doesn't allow them to grow and develop in a fashion that is from the highest good. That is to say, you must begin to understand that you have everything that is needed to be successful in your life. Now, whether you choose to embrace that ability or let it go is all about the progress. It may not be easy. You may not want to get up. You may not want to keep going. You may give yourself reasons to talk yourself out of that progress on a day-to-day basis, because at the end of the day, you have to see yourself as more capable than ever before. You have to see yourself as capable of being the leader, but also giving yourself permission to go, I didn't know everything I know now. When I made the decisions to start on this journey, when I made the decisions to go in that direction, when I made the decisions to get where I need to be, I didn't make those decisions from a place of complete knowledge of what it is that I want to do or where it is I need to go. The reality of where you're going and what you're going to accomplish is unlimited, but you've also got to understand too that it is upon you to find the truth at which you are going to continue going. You've got to find your why, and it is completely okay if your why has changed, if your why is somehow different, if your why evolves over time, because the reality of the situation is as follows. Just because you have a why that doesn't make sense to you right now doesn't mean you won't have some new inspiration somewhere down the road, tomorrow, today. And if you're getting out of alignment with your why, understand and try to go back, recreate the emotional state at which you felt in control of your own life. The recreation of that emotional state is imperative to your overall success Because if you can understand how you felt when you felt in control, you can regain that control. Sometimes progress is as simple as talking to somebody new. It's leaving your comfort zone. It's leading you to have maybe get rid of the other side, which is get rid of some people in your life who are holding you back or who are doubting your ability to do what it is you say you're going to do or that you want to do. It's pushing you to a whole nother level. It's pushing you to grow. It's pushing you to be at a whole different mindset for yourself. It's asking the right questions, powerful questions. It's questioning whether you're fully as engaged or committed as you once were. It's trying to find that spark within you that says, yes, I can, and ignores the no, I can't. It's accepting that there will be setbacks in what you try to accomplish, not because you have failed, but because you don't know everything you need to know in every given moment about what it is that you want to accomplish or the new ground that you want to break. It's about giving yourself permission to go, hey, I didn't make as much progress as I wanted, but I've made some progress. It might be leaving behind traditions from the past. It might be leaving behind people who don't have your best interest at heart, or people who don't care about what you want to accomplish as much as you do. It might mean leaving a marital or relational situation. It might mean working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, finding ways on the weekends. It might mean being away from the people you care about for a little while to accomplish something bigger than you ever thought possible. There are a whole different number of things that progress can mean, but what it does not mean is give yourself a reason to give in to your excuses. Most often excuses are things that people give themselves because they want to believe that it's harder than it was, or that they have a reason to feel down on themselves. They want to give themselves an out. So here's the thing. You will never be more successful than your commitments to your dreams, to your goals, to your aspirations, to your art form. You will never be more successful than the level of your internal commitments and then active commitments. An internal commitment is an action or a decision made within yourself. An active commitment is the steps you take as a person that show your commitments to the world. It's the things you do every day. Now, doesn't mean that you can't have a day where you get into an emotional state where you don't want to do the thing that you know you should. But you push through because you see the value in the long-range commitment you have made to yourself, to your art, to your dream. You also begin to understand that while you're sleeping, while you're taking a break to have that pepperoni or double salami pizza, somebody else is out there working, somebody else is out there grinding, somebody else is out there hustling and taking away your market share in the world, even as an artist, even as a person who is creating healing. Somebody else is doing what you won't. So progress needs to be something you're committed to, because even though the world is not a competition, everybody wants to get a piece of the pie, and the people who are committed to the piece of the pie that they want to get as large as they possibly can be, that largest commitment, that massive action's what's going to change things. In 30, 40, 50 years, no one's going to care that you didn't feel like getting out of bed that day. No one's going to care that your mom didn't want you to go to that meeting. She wanted you to do her laundry. No one's going to care that where you want to go didn't happen because you didn't get up on time. But you're going to care about the regret you have to carry for the chances you didn't take, for the opportunities you didn't align with, and the chances that ultimately didn't come together for your own benefit because you convinced yourself that you don't deserve or didn't deserve or haven't done or won't get there. Look, you don't need to be college educated to be successful. You just got to grind. You don't need to be from a millionaire family. You've just got to work smart. Now, notice I don't ever talk about working hard because if it's hard, that means you're doing it wrong because you're not in the flow of the moment. Now, the discipline can be hard. Keeping your mind focused can be hard. But anything you do that gets you towards your dream should be easy because your motivating factor is what it's going to get you. Now, that doesn't mean you won't have people telling you how hard it should be, telling you that it's impossible, telling you that, they're critical of your approach or your lack of knowledge or your lack of training or your lack of connections or your lack of whatever. But here's the thing, say thank you to every critic you're ever going to have. Because those critics can be fuel to your fire. Those critics can be the reason you make progress. The choice to prove somebody wrong can be a motivating factor in helping you to change your world, in helping you to shift your view. You need to understand that everything you do, every word you say, every action you take matters. So don't waste time on social media worrying about who's got the best peanut butter pie. Don't waste time worrying about who's arguing with who down the street or the latest political argument or the latest sensational story in the news media. Work your life and make it work for you because it doesn't mean that those things don't matter. But if you make something matter, that means you're devaluing something else. Don't let the value of your dream die because you're caught up in the conscious stream of consciousness of information coming at you. You've got to learn what to tune into so that you also learn what to tune out of. If it's not towards your dream, tune out of it. If it's not towards progress and getting you to a goal, aspiration for your health, your wealth, your wellness, your education, your enjoyment, your inspiration, tune out of it. Now, that doesn't mean don't pay attention to other people, but if the people around you aren't progress minded, then they may need to go, and you may have already outgrown them. Don't hold on to people just because they're in your bloodline. Don't hold on to people just because they're in your history. Hold on to people that can do one of two things for you: support you and you support them, or make you a better person today and tomorrow and in the days, weeks, and months to come. Let yourself be inspired by those who have done or are trying to do similar things to your dream. Draw inspiration from them, but don't copy them. You need to own your place in the world, and the only way to do that is just be you. You may not look like $1 million model. You may not have a $250,000 a year education. You may not be the most outgoing person, but if it's your dream, progress toward it. Learn how to use your strengths in maximum form. Cover your weaknesses. Don't deny them. We all have them. Cover them. Have somebody else do the things you're weak at so you can focus on what you're strong at, and never quit. Never give up on yourself. The only thing you need to quit is allowing yourself to get into a mindset filled with excuses, filled with limitations, filled with beliefs that you can't do it. Because I'm going to ask you a really valuable question. Why not you? Now come up with reasons that other people before you haven't had. Well, I'm too fat. I'm too old. I'm too uneducated. I'm too shy. I'm too... Every person that's ever done anything great has felt all of these things and more, and all you have to do is embrace the truth that in order to be a trendsetter, in order to be a trailblazer, you've got to own it. Own who you are and your place in the world, because it's one of a kind, and it's an insult to all humanity if you throw it away. I remind you, this is Scott Golden. Golden Opportunities Coaching. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.